Let's try this again. So for those of you on YouTube, hold on. For those of you on YouTube, I'm just now appearing. Hello, good to see you. I've actually been streaming live for the past 9 minutes. And due to strange internet kerfluffles, I've been having a hard time connecting. Okay, great. They can finally see me in the chat. Okay, this is great. Well, let's try this again. Let's start all over. Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Readings, episode 318. It's not 18. It's 18. All right. Pleasure to have you on the show today. As I was telling everybody in the chat earlier, my CenturyLink connection was down for 4 days due to a local storm, and I got it back Tuesday. But apparently, it still has some gremlins in it because it just went out today. The Gentleman Badger asks CenturyLink why. Because the only alternative Comcast is, how do you say it, the demon spawn reindeer from hell? Let's just put it that way. Wow, Nightbot, stop banning all of the regulars. Jeez. Come on, Nightbot, get your stuff together here. Oh, you poor guys. Alright, so just try not to shout when you're in the chat, or else Nightbot will ban you. And Pasta221 got banned as well. What? Why are you guys getting banned? Alright, can I unban that person? Yes. Okay. Unban. There you go. You're back. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, Elizabeth says, wow, this is bad. Well, sorry that my live streaming performance is not up to par today. I am dealing with certain technical issues, from a rogue chat moderator to my insolent internet connection deciding to peter out on me. Blacktooth, can you see me? Oh, the banning? Yeah. Well, I'll have to figure out a way to fix that. Nightbot settings. Look, I can't deal with this right now. I'm broadcasting a show, and I just. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, and we're back. Oh. I have to say that there is, and we're down again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen watching on YouTube right now, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna light up a cigar. And are we back? Are we streaming again? All right, let's stop streaming. Let's start streaming. Can you see me, guys? If you can see me in the chat, please speak up and say something. Good now? Okay. Well, I don't know how much longer this is going to last, but at least I'm on. I've got the CenturyLink customer service number all keyed up so that the next time this happens, you can watch me live as I express my frustrations at the CenturyLink staff. Alright, we're drinking some Glenfiddich single malt Scotch whiskey aged 12 years. I do like myself a Glenfiddich and a Lafroig. I like the PT Scotches, and so that's what we're tasting today. Looks like there are some people who still cannot see me. Madman Max says, remember to use your classy words, Oxhorn. Have I not been using my classy words? Did I say anything bad? Inadvertently? Okay, you can see me now? That's good. Well, look, if ever there was time to drink some scotch, cheers. Alright. Gosh, there's just nothing more frustrating than that. Ugh. Alright. I brought 2 cigars today because I'm going to be smoking both at the same time. No, not really. I brought 2 cigars today because I have found that the show has been going longer and sometimes I run out of cigars. So I've got a Principes created in the Dominican Republic, handmade, and then I've got a La Aurora y Leon, Cameroon, which is a torpedo shape, which I love both of these cigars. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Principes, just because it's newer to me. I've smoked these on the show before, the torpedoes, but I haven't smoked these on the show before. Alright, I tried a little different way of slicing the cigar today, and it's not drawing very well. So let's cut this one. There we go, that's a much better draw. But you see I've gone and cut off the cap, which was gluing this in place. So let's go ahead and bring this band down a little bit to help hold it in place while we smoke. Way. Ah. What a letdown. What in the world? This is a brand new lighter. Oh. Oh, I am just flaming mad. Flaming! I'm flaming mad! Oh. Gosh, Nightbot is causing more problems than it's solving. Stop banning people, you stupid bot. Okay, I just realized that I don't have my live stream chat up, so let me check real quick. Hopefully nobody's in that chat room. Oh, it's only you, Blagtuff. Oh, I'm sorry, Blagtuff, but you're here in the Twitch chat now, right? There you go. As long as you're here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode number 318. I've got a cigar lit, I've got the Scotch poured, and we are still streaming live. These are all great signs. Tighter draw than I would typically like. It feels wet. It feels like it's burning a little wet. Well, let's let it dry up a little bit and burn. While we get to the through. Please don't joke about my internet cutting out because I just don't even know. Oh, I don't even know what I'll do if that happens again. I'll just get flaming mad. All right. So you guys have been producing fan art. And you've been sending me recorded messages. And there's just a whole lot to go through today. So, alright, where's that? Jazz Band Majorette. Okay, there it is. Alright, let's share my screen. Let me pull up Open Broadcast Explorer. So what we do on this program, ladies and gentlemen, before we start playing Hearthstone, to those of you who are new, is we go through all of your fan art and your fan recordings because you guys have a lot to contribute to this fine broadcast. So, here we go. This was submitted by Imagine Justin, and he says, this is rather interesting. I decided to get some bacon today, and I ran into these Ritz bacon crackers. Time to cook up some bacon along with it. Oh my, they do look delicious. I'll have to try some. Next up, we'll save that for later. Then there's this. The Gentleman Badger created this deck for me, and I caught it too late, or else I would use it today. But it's called Might of the Legion for Oxhorn, and it's a demon deck. And he actually went through the spreadsheet that I've been maintaining with all of my cards, and he chose cards that he knew that I would have. So thank you very much for this. I'm definitely gonna use this. So for those of you who don't know, I do have a spreadsheet online with a list of all of my cards, and I've kept it up to date until the latest expansion. I haven't put my new cards from the expansion in, but all my 3 previous expansion cards are in this deck. and they're all up to date. So you're welcome to go through and see exactly what I have. And thank you for this one. I'm gonna be playing with that a lot. Then there's this from Autumn, and it's pecan pie M&Ms. Yes, of course, they are delicious. I'm looking forward to them. Okay, next up we've got recorded messages. Let me refresh it. Oh no, please. No, I did not just go down again. Ugh! All of you on YouTube are seeing a side of the program that the live viewers don't get to see. You get to see my frustration and angst between failings. Am I back? Am I back? Jeez, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. It's like I'm on a roller coaster. I'm riding from rage to calm, to rage to calm. It's a matter of seconds here. Please tell me that this is working. Yes, my internet's working, so... The frustrating thing about this is that whenever my internet goes down and it interrupts my broadcast, it throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing. I mean, even if my internet comes back immediately after, all of my viewers now have this interruption which garbles their own connections. It doesn't garble their connections, but then the caches get in the way, and then they've got to reconnect, and sometimes it takes them 2 to 3 minutes to connect through a browser, and then they got to refresh, and they got to empty their caches, and man, it's just a nightmare. So even after I do disconnect, it can take upwards of 5 minutes before people can actually watch me again. No one's answering me on Twitch. I don't get this. I'm able to browse the internet. It says that I'm streaming. It says my connection is fine. And yet nobody is answering me on Twitch. Okay. Finally. Okay. Thank you. This is exhausting. This is as exhausting as playing Hearthstone with the fans. And getting all of those challenges. Alright, we've got... It makes me wonder. We've got your recorded messages today, ladies and gentlemen. First on the line is Discord. Discord, you're on the program. What is on your mind, good sir?
Greetings, Oxhorn. This is Discord once again. Max hasn't got better tonight. This is a very start. Also, unfortunately, I can't put into a test. Right. Today we are doing another mythological lore for Loki this time. What is Loki's final punishment? What did the gods decide was a fitting punishment for his final act of betrayal? I will be posting it in Facebook to your private messages, so I don't want you cheating, Oxhorn. If you do, I will find out because I will be watching this the day after. Enjoy your Scotch and have a lovely.
Alright, Madman Max is, Discord is asking me, what was Loki's final punishment? I don't even see his Facebook message. Okay, what was his final punishment? His final punishment was being covered in molten lead and then thrown to the bottom of the sea. Yeah, oh, he sent it to me via Skype. Okay. Alright, would you like to know how Loki was finally punished according to Madman Max? Here we go. We're learning some Norse mythology. Imagine Justin says, I can see a fly buzzing around Oxhorn. It was a bee, actually. I've got a window open here and a garage door open there and some flowers outside my window. And a bee flew by. Alright. Here's Loki's fate. Spoiler alert. Loki being captured, they took him to a certain cavern, and they took their rocks. Through each, they bored a hole. Then they took Loki's sons, Vali and Nari, and having changed Vali into a wolf, he tore his brother Nari into pieces. Then the gods took his intestines and bound Loki with them to the 3 stones, and then they changed the cord into bands of iron. So they transformed intestines into iron. Okay. Scotty then took a serpent and suspended it over Loki's head so that the venom drops from it onto his face. Siguna, Loki's wife, stands near him and holds a dish receiving the venom as it falls, and when the dish is full, she goes out and pours its contents away. While she's doing this, however, the venom falls on Loki and causes him such intense pain that he writhes so that the earth is shaken as if by an earthquake. So that was Loki's final punishment. Okay, now we all know. Next up, Andy the DK. You're on the program, good sir. What's on your mind?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Stormwind City, it's Quickfire Questions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the host with the most. Here's Andy the DK. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Quickfire Questions. I am your host, Andy the DK, and as always, joining me is our special guest, the bearded beardsman himself, Oxhorn. How are you, Ox? Hope you're having a
doing well, good sir. What's on your mind?
Are you ready for some quickfire questions? I
yes.
hope you are, because tonight's topic is very special. Tonight's topic is Diablo 3. Let's see how well your knowledge is of Diablo 3. Question number 1. The clever programmers at Blizzard have put a secret level into Diablo 3. What is the name of this magical place?
Cow level?
Question number 2. What is the name of the town where you begin your set of quests? And question 3. What is the name of the creature in the very last battle of the game? Thank you, Ox, and thank you everyone for watching and playing. Until next time, this is your host, Andy the DJ, remembering you all to get your Murlocs spayed and or neutered. Thank you all, and good night.
Alright, so, Madman Max says it's the rainbow level. And, look, I never played Diablo 3. Mm-mm. I never played it. I watched my brother play a few games. But I never played it. I'm sorry. I mean, how am I supposed to know the answers to this? So it's not the cow level, it's the rainbow level. What was the name of the town? Like Stalgard or... What's his name? Stay a while and listen? What town was that? And then the final boss, the final monster that he faces? Jeez, I don't know. Ulfer17 says, didn't you play the beta for Diablo 3? I did. But they had it end at the Skeleton King, right? You could play from the starting point all the way at Tristram, from the starting point all the way to the Skeleton King. And once you killed the Skeleton King, that was it. That was the end of the beta. You couldn't play anymore. So I didn't. When the game came out, I never bought it. And I never played anymore. No. The final boss of Diablo is Diablo. In Diablo 1. Is Diablo the final boss of Diablo in Diablo 3 as well? Really? Okay. Gentleman Badger is next on the program. What's on your mind?
Hail, hail, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening, my friend Oxhorn. I hope you're all doing well tonight. Tonight, my question for you, Oxhorn, is about a potential career for me in web design. I'm very passionate about history, and for a long time, I was interested in getting a history degree, but many people have informed me that it's perhaps not the best degree to pursue if you are looking for a stable job. So I have recently taken a liking towards web design, and I want to know, where do you think I should start with trying to learn more and someday make a career out of it? Thank you, my friend, and please stay classy, everyone. Enjoy your evening.
Great question. Look, disclaimer, any advice that I give you, especially on things as important as career and life advice, please take with a grain of salt. I am definitely not a certified life counselor or anything like that. So please talk with other professionals before you make any major decisions. But that said, I agree with the people who told you that a history degree is not the best degree for somebody who is going to depend upon his degree to make a living. The way it used to be is that the social elite were the ones who went to college. And that gave them the luxury to study what they wanted. I mean, they studied the classics in Greek and Latin because it was good for the mind, because it edified them, and they studied philosophy and poetry because it made them bigger and better human beings. But they also had the life luxury to not need to know a trade. I mean, some of them went on to teach, but a lot of them were part of the social elite. They were part of the upper classes and didn't really need to depend upon a college education for a job. Somewhere along the line, along the way, the idea of college melded with the idea of a trade job. Trade education is where you went to learn a specific trade. In the past, your father had a trade, and he taught you how to do that trade. And my internet's down again. I'll wait. Am I back? All right. Anyway, where was I? I was saying that what was I saying? I was saying that in the past, your father taught you a trade, or you became the apprentice. Am I back? Am I live? Am I streaming? Oh, this must be infuriating for you poor YouTube viewers. Okay. Anyway, so it used to be that you would learn a trade from your father, or you would become an apprentice and you would learn a trade that way. For the poor, there was no middle class at the time, but for the poor, this was really the only way to achieve any sort of good life, is you would become a tradesman and you would have a trade. It was the elite, the higher classes, that would go on to college, and they would learn things that they didn't need to use in day-to-day life to make a living. They went to college to edify the mind. Now, as the middle class became a thing for the first time really in history during the 20th century, the idea of going to college sort of merged a little bit with that of going to trade school, where people were going to college expecting to learn something that they could then take into the workforce as a job. But it didn't always used to be so. And that's why a lot of the degrees that you can get today, ranging from English literature to philosophy to history to stuff like that, are really only suitable for people who have explicit desires to become history professors and understand that there is such competition out there that they very likely will not get a job until somebody retires or dies, and then they'll only get the job if they happen to be the very best historian in the world at the time that that event occurs, right? Or they get a history degree just because they enjoy history, and they're rich, and they have the luxury to learn history because they're not going to depend upon that knowledge to feed them later. Now, if you are neither of those two things, if you are neither the best historian in the world who's going to be able to snag the best job in the world at that time when it develops, and you are not a very independently rich person who doesn't need to depend upon his degree to actually make a living later, then it is my recommendation that you get a degree in something that you can use to actually live upon. Now, graphic design, sorry, see this? I was talking about this earlier. Whenever I was only offline for a brief moment, like 10 seconds, and then anytime this happened, it messes everybody up. Some of you caught on to my explanation right away, and some of you missed the entire thing. Anyway, graphic design is a little bit tricky because there are a lot of out-of-work graphic designers out there. Now, I love graphic design. I toyed with it myself. I can do basic HTML. I did a little bit of Photoshop. You know, it's a little bit of web development. It's fun, but it's one of those things where you have to be really good and you have to be passionate about it, and it pays okay. It doesn't pay amazingly. Like, there are other jobs you can get out there. There are other degrees you can get where you'll get more money if you get that degree. And I would go search for them. I would say, what are the top 100 salaries that I can expect for the variety of degrees that I can get? And you'll be surprised, some degrees that you can get actually take less time and are less expensive than, say, getting a graphic design degree. But if your heart is set on graphic design, go for it. I hope you have all the best success in the world. Just know that it's a very competitive marketplace for graphic designers to find work today. Blagtiff says, I have a degree in instrumentation and electronics. Now I drive a truck. Well, you know, there also has to be something said for not understanding what you're getting into, right? I have an aunt, and she got her degree in audiology. She got a PhD in audiology. She is a doctor in ear medicine. And she went to school for 8 years, and she did all of the hoops, spent a bundle, got a degree in audiology. After she graduated, she worked in an ear doctor clinic for 6 months. Hated it. Couldn't stand the work. And now she's a full-time mom. She's been a full-time wife and mother for almost 20 years now, and she couldn't be happier. But she spent a significant portion of her life learning a skill that she will never use for the rest of her life. And, you know, got to bear that in mind as well. It's got to be a kind of work that you're going to enjoy doing. Like, if you spend 4 years getting a degree in something, and then another if you spend 6 years getting a master's, and then 8 years getting a PhD, and yeah, you've done all the math, and if you get a job in that, you'll get a salary, and there are jobs that are out there, and it's likely that you'll get a job, but then you're just going to hate it. You might not want to spend 8 years of your life getting a degree for a job that you're just going to hate, right? So anyway, it's a tough market out there. It really is. I got a degree in history. That's why I know this. And there's no jobs for people who have degrees in history. Frankly, if it weren't for the whole Oxhorn thing, I have no idea what I'd be doing right now. It was Oxhorn that gave me the skill sets in marketing, because I had to market my videos. It was Oxhorn that gave me the skill sets I needed to develop to kind of work my way into a profession where I was naturally gifted. Marketing, writing, communication, social media. And it was because of that I've gotten all of my jobs since then. But people don't look at my degree. They don't look at my college experience because it's in history, right? I studied Greek and Latin, and I read Herodotus and Thucydides and Herodotus and Hesiod. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing today. But I have my job today because I developed skills with Oxhorn that I was able to refine, and now that's why I'm in marketing today. Imagine, Justin says, quick, let's see some smoke rings before the show goes off again. Sure thing. How's that, ladies and gentlemen? We got some smoke rings going on in there, eh? All right. Time for This Week in History. We're going to try something new. So Damon LaRue decided to share with me a song that I could use for This Week in History. I haven't listened to it yet. Let's see what it's like. This is... Okay. So this is what we're listening to This Week in History. This week in the universe. Let me get my microphone closer. NASA locks 6 people inside a dome near a volcano for a year to simulate manned missions to deep space. Any fans of Pauly Shore know that this is a horrible idea. Stephen Hawking proposes information is stored not in the interior of a black hole, but rather on its event horizon. Information is apparently stored in black holes. Don't upgrade to that 32 gigabyte hard drive, ladies and gentlemen. No. Get a pocket black hole. In physics, the new subatomic particles found at the Large Hadron Collider appear to defy the Standard Model, hinting at undiscovered forces. One more example about how science is becoming very, very silly. From Russia. Russia has opened a laboratory in Siberia devoted to the study of extinct animal DNA in the hope of creating clones of the extinct woolly mammoth. Be ready for animal rights activists to have a field day protecting extinct animals. "3D printing, the latest technological fad. DNA used with a 2D printer was used to create organic 3-dimensional structures. A team in California has demonstrated an exciting new technology that uses DNA as a cellular Velcro to get cells to stick together and to form 3-dimensional tissue. The first thing they did was create the Triforce from Zelda." I'm not even kidding. That's actually what they did. They created the Triforce from Zelda with 3-dimensional molecules. NASA, yet again in the news, is working with a hoverboard company to develop magnetic tractor beams. Oxpax burst onto the scene last year when it demonstrated its magnetic hoverboard. Now NASA wants to look into the technology to see if it can be used to manipulate satellites in space. We all know, however, that this is very silly because hoverboards can only work on water, which is interesting because in Back to the Future 2, the hoverboard worked on every surface but water. Now hoverboards only work on water. At least the ones that I've seen videos of. Alright, well, is that it? That's the song? Okay, that was good. That was a good choice. Wasn't exactly the sort of it's very similar to what I'm listening to right now. It wasn't exactly the sort of newsroom. You know, the traditional news from the front. You know, it's hard to describe what kind of music that's called. It was close, but it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. But anyway, thank you, Damon LaRue, for sharing that with us today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Hearthstone. The Stick to the Issues crowd on Twitch are probably writhing in their seats, saying things like, "He's not playing a video game! I came here to see video games!" Alright, it's okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. We do play video games here on Scotch and Smoke Rings, and Hearthstone is one of our favorites. Stay tuned, and you too can also play with this magnificent beard. Not really, because that would be weird, but you know what I mean. Okay. Taking all challenges. Whether it's Tavern Brawl or just a straight up challenge, I am ready. Ten, 9, 8, 7. Oh! 6, 5. No, we're in. Okay. Why is that? That's not working. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, Shia, you are being demanding. I'm not playing Heroes of the Storm right now. I'm playing Hearthstone because it's easier. And I don't want to think right now. If I play Heroes of the Storm, I'm going to have to sit there and think. And I don't want to think. I want to just leisurely throw cards on a table and say, what? Here's a card. What? Here's another card. What? That's what I want to do. He screams at me in all caps. Do it! Make your dreams come true. Come on. Fancy Badger, you and I are crossing swords yet again. Good to see you on the field of battle. Let's do this. What? Okay. Sure hope I don't lose my internet connection in the middle of one of these battles. Pasta221 says, what's the battle tag? It's Oxhorn 1649. Number 1649. Wow. Sorry, Sheehan is cracking me up right now. He's pulling a straight up Shia LaBeouf. He's like, don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it! He's getting all Shia LaBeouf on me. Is that how you say his name? Shia LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf? Look, your dreams of me playing Heroes of the Storm are not necessarily my dreams. Shia LaBeouf. Is that how you say his name? Shia LaBeouf? It's pronounced Shia LaBeouf? Okay. How am I supposed to know these things? I don't know these things. Gosh. Fancy Badger says this deck is called Blood Magic, and I will soon learn why. Really? Oh, my. Oh, that's interesting. That would be fun if I had a lot of spells, but sadly I don't, so... Yeah, I mean... Do I really want to waste that right now, or do I want to... If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Do it! Alright. Thank you, Shiut. Thank you. I am in deep appreciation. Put a random demon from your hand into the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. If I did that and then that, I could really... But then that's based upon the luck of me, actually. And then that's a random demon, so... Yeah, let's just do this. Alright, yeah, it's Oxhorn 1649. What did you... Yeah, I know you put Mal'Ganis out there. Dag nabbit all. And what's this? Wait, what just happened? Okay, you killed Stalag. You killed my... We killed that, and that killed Stalag. Okay. Boy, that's lame. Alright, so I could do 4... Okay, so there you go. Did my best. Hopefully that was to your approval, Fancy Badger.
Your soul shall suffer.
There, I just got a new friend request, and I just accepted it. Okay, this is a lot of who's-y what's-its. And I can't even do that. Well... Oh, man. That's 4. Man, but if I do that, I can't do anything. right, let's try that. Ooh, my cigar is not burning well. Look at that. This half is all ash, and that half is still wrapper. Let's do something to rectify this. Oh, no, no! Where did you get that guy? Wow. That's just pure evil right there. Since when did you get Fizzlebang, my friend? Ah, jeepers. I'm done! Okay. Well, there you go. Lots of Murlocs. How about that? Oh, no! He pulls out Alexstrasza. Good gravy. Alright, nicely done, Fancy Badger. Well done. I need to get Alexstrasza. Alright, Pooks, I just added you. Well, I'm trying to. There you go. I just added Pooks. Cheers, ladies and gents. Bottoms up. Shoot is full of all of the commands today. Oxhorn, play Heroes of the Storm. Oxhorn, play your warrior. Oxhorn, Murloc rush him. Quick, Oxhorn, punt him. Hit him in the face. Oxhorn. Man. Uh-oh. Hey, Greg, did you break me? Or did I break you? Control, Alt, Delete. Alright, let's try this again.
Pull up a chair.
I think I need to... Yeah, look at that dirt on the screen right there. Hold on, this is important. It's still there. Huh. Well, maybe it's glare. Valzon says, I always see hard alcohol taken as shots. Why is that Scotch you drink sipped? Just curious, good sir. No, that's a good and valid question. It's happening again, by the way. I think you really did severely break me, Greg. Alright, hold on. So to answer your question, when you take shots, you're not enjoying the flavor of the alcohol. You're doing it for the physical experience that you get. You're wanting a buzz. You're wanting to get drunk. And that is incidental to the Scotch experience. Now, we enjoy Scotch because we appreciate how it's made. We appreciate the artistry that goes into each barrel of Scotch. We don't drink Scotch because we need some cheap thrill. No, we drink Scotch because we are connoisseurs of fine craftsmanship. So instead of taking a shot and not even tasting it, we sip it and we swish it around in our mouths, and we inhale the fragrance and we enjoy and savor the taste. And we let it last an entire day. Think of Scotch like a mouthwash that you can swallow. Hey, we finally got in!
Versus brawl.
I do look orange, don't I? What's going on with the color? My camera. Okay, blah, 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 blah.
Did you bring some fish?
Ooh. Now that's interesting.
Elements guide me.
All right, Greg, what have you got up your sleeve? Oh, rubbish. Well done.
I am freed from the curse.
Did you bring some fish?
That's an interesting card to have. Wow, you're getting all sorts of spell damage totems today, aren't you? Oh!
You cannot stop the
Oh, yeah, in turn. There we go. Or... Ooh. What is that? Where did you get that? It's impressive. Huh. Wow. That's a nice card. I didn't even know that existed. All right, Gregory. Not my guy. No. Hold on. Shaman v. Shaman. Well, yeah. I know, the Kodo. Ah, lucky. Yes. Oh no. No! No! Oh, Greg! Oh, you're breaking my heart. Whoa. What can one do? What can one do, I dare ask you? What? Is that it already? Oh! And I am undone. Well done, Greg Hartung. Nicely played. It was interesting to see you play a shaman today. Alright, who's up next? Oh! I was too slow. I'm sorry. Again, I was too slow. So for those who are challenging me on Hearthstone who are new, I'm not declining your challenge. What's happening is when somebody else challenges me, it knocks off the previous challenge. So with a dozen people trying to challenge me all at once, Hearthstone gets confused. 13579. I'll take it. So in this tavern brawl, you start with 1 mana, then you go to 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, and so on. Rogulus asks if he can add me and spectate. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Uh-oh. Ooh. Well, that will make things interesting. Oh. That's not cool. Well, thank goodness for that. Woo! Oh! Hmm.
You cannot stop the cloud here.
One must concentrate. Oh. Wow. Ugh. That's infuriating. Jeez. Oh, thanks. Oh, bummer. No! I wanted Thaddeus! Oh, I wanted Thaddeus. That's a bummer. But well done, Magic Justin. Well done.
Witness the power of
Might as well.
elements guide.
I wanted to see Thaddeus so bad. Ugh. Right.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
He'll just throw another one down, so. There we are. Let's go for the jugular. Yeah, this is definitely a wet cigar. I mean, it's burning okay, but it's got sort of an acidic quality to it that only occurs when your cigars are very wet. Really? Wow, okay. Well done. But I think it's time for you to get killed by a sheep. Alright. Well done, Magin Justin. Always a pleasure. Alright. Yes! Okay, and we're gonna... Yes! Alright, come on, Dwayne. Uh-oh. Okay, we got in. Dwayne, pleasure to meet you on the field of battle.
For Doomhammer.
How bad is the delay there, Big Stacks? I'm curious about that. What was that? Did you see that? Goodness, okay. Well, we'll just keep doing this then. Ooh, so tempting. Well, that would keep you busy for quite some time, but I'm concerned. Alright, we'll try that. Oh! Well done. Oh, right. Right.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone. Shields up.
Oh, man. This is just...
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Get in there and fight, maggot. Yeah! I am undefeated.
Well done, Dwayne. Well met. Almost got you there, but you know, it reminds me of that famous Fast for Furious quote. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. What matters is that you win.
Grow versus Rexa. Let the hunt begin. For Doomhammer.
It happens. It happens.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Yeah!
Added to DK. Let's do this.
To my side.
Ooh.
To my side.
Ooh. I like this spell. It is interesting. Right.
It's getting hot in here.
Yes! And right in the face. Aww. Well, we all know where that's headed. 2 damage to everything. That's a bummer. Goodness, how many of those do you have? Well done.
Job's done.
Well, I hope you have another one of those secrets that does 2 damage to everything. He says sarcastically. Well, that works too. Goodness.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of elves.
Oh! Well, admittedly, you were relying on luck there.
Your magic shall not
And that's okay.
pray for mercy.
Ah, well done. Oh, well done! Okay. Well, you're not going to make it easy on me, are you? No. Well played. Alright, we'll do this one more game, and then I'll go ahead and end the program. So, get your smoke ships ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Draw, versus, Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Zalthrion says, "Good evening, good sir. Happy to battle you tonight in a game of Hearthstone. The pleasure is all mine."
Powering up. Portals online.
Elements guide
My.
Elements guide me. Get in there! Fight, maggot! Get in there! Fight, maggot!
Ooh. Well.
So many possibilities. You smell like a leprechaun.
Hmm.
So many possibilities.
Ooh. It's tricky. This a tricky bit. No, it's all right, Zalthrion. Do what you got to do. I love the Kodo. I had to put him in my deck as soon as I got him. When I saw it in the first Tavern Brawl, I knew that was a card I had to get. And then luckily I got it. Damuncher says, can I roast elf ears here? You may. Okay.
Sever my wrath.
Just apple on your head.
Well played indeed. Oh! You got me twice! Well done.
Well played. Alternating time.
Alright. An epic battle with Zalthrion. An epic battle with the lot of you. We all did really well today. Thanks for playing. We've got a smoke ship time. So for those who are new to the program, at the end of every episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, I blow into existence what had not been there before. A piece of art made with smoke based upon your instructions. Rules. Has to be a ship. But be as creative as you want. It can be any kind of ship. A galleon, a freighter, a steamship, a submarine, a tugboat, a spaceship, an airship, who knows? A fantasy ship, a zeppelin, whatever you want. Let's see what you guys got. My cigar is out of itself, but I came prepared. Time for a torpedo. Still a bit of a tight draw there. Let's try that. There we go. The high wind from says 0 for 17. From Final Fantasy VII? Alright, any other ideas? Imagine Justin says, why not your smoke ship, Oxhorn? You mean come up with an idea myself? Suppose I could. The Gentleman Badger says, elf ears roasting on an open fire, Mal'Ganis nipping at your nose. Aw, man. Despite my careful preparation, it's still unraveling. Imagine, Justin says, Draenei hooves hanging from some barbed wire, and dwarf beards stuffed inside rolls. Oh, that's right, it's from my song. Draenei hooves hanging from some barbed wire, and dwarf beards stuffed inside of rolls. Everybody knows. How does it go? Some ketchup and Tabasco sauce really makes the elves taste right. Tiny gnomes with their eyes all aglow are burning from the inside tonight. All right, no more singing. I need some ship ideas. Oh, that's how it goes. Everybody knows some salsa and Tabasco sauce makes those human eyes taste right. Big Stacks 2 says, we need orcs shooting gnomes from cannons involved in this ship. Well, the gauntlet is laying by yourself, and it's laying before yourself. If that's what you want, you better create it, my friend. My patience wears thin. Maybe I shall do this one myself. Who knows? All right. That's it. Oxhorn's idea this week. Tell you what, how about I blow the smoke ship first, and then I tell you what it is I blew. All right? All right, here we go. Wait, we've got the Gentleman Badger here, saving the day. He says, Oxhorn celebrates Christmas in September by hosting OxCon 2015, an event involving a gnome punting contest, a baconathon, a test to see who can take longest to smoke a possibly Cuban cigar, and the most important, the fans get to meet the man himself. I like it. A severe lack of ships, but I like it. Imagine, Justin says, an Iron Horde Zeppelin with work, zug, zug, dabu orcs singing along while shooting bacon ball turkey bites down at crazy hippies. Gentleman Badger amends his and says, all of that on a boat. Oh, okay. On a boat. OxCon on a boat. Big Stacks 2 says, a tremendous ship built of saronite, floating within the northern regions of Ice Crown Glacier, as it has dancing Tauren orcs shooting gnomes from cannons, and trolls stuffing dwarf beards into rolls as they belch freely with the wonderful song of their people. Oh, what have I done? I like it. Can't have a good smoke ship without belching, right? All right, here we go. Smoke ship time. Going with Big Stacks 2. You all had great ones today. I'm going to go with Big Stacks 2 today. Here we go. Pay close attention. The ship will only exist for a few moments. Whoa! Did you see it for the briefest of moments before your very eyes? We had a tremendous ship built out of saronite, floating within the northern regions of Ice Crown Glacier, as it has dancing Tauren orcs shooting gnomes from cannons, and trolls stuffing dwarf beards into rolls. They belch freely with the wonderful song of the people, with Zulus and all. The musical instrument? Zuzulus? Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Loved all of your ideas. Thanks for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. We had a great time, played some games, drank some scotch, smoked some cigars. Let's finish off our shot of Lefroy, or Glenfiddich. Cheers. Chase it with a draught of water. And blow one more smoke ring. And the wind is too much for my smoke rings today. There's one. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to this week's episode of Scotch Smoke Rings. Tune in next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel for episode 319. Until then, I bid you all adieu. Be sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you all stay classy. Cheers.